In a world where the it thing is always changing, sometimes you need a tour guide or two to help you find your way to pop culture's paradise. If you find yourself reminiscing or in need of a good recommendation, these two have you covered. And now, here's your hosts, Joey and Jeff.
Hi, welcome back to Pop Culture Paradise. My name is Joe.
And I'm Jeff.
And today, we are going to be talking about Soulja Boy.
Specifically, Crank That Soulja Boy.
And why we're talking about Soulja Boy? Well, why are we talking about Soulja Boy?
Because I think in some weird way we're uniquely qualified to talk about this, because in 2007, we hopped on the Crank That train and we actually wrote and recorded Crank That Cowboys, which fortunately enough was played in Cowboy Stadium. I have on good word.
Yeah, didn't you say it was played at Terrell Owens' birthday party or something?
Yep, it was played at his birthday party, Marty B's party. No, not Marty B. Who was it? Marion Barber's party, parking lots while people were tailgating before the game and even in the game, like in the stadium. And that's just crazy to me, dude. Still to this day, I don't understand it at all.
So not only are we going to be talking about Soulja Boy and his influences at the time, but the spin-off subsection of Crank That songs that immediately followed. What can you tell us about that?
There legit must have been a million of them, and I'm sure there's a ton that we hadn't even discovered yet. Everything from Crank That Batman to Spider-Man, which is one of the ones that I like, but we'll get into that into a little bit later here. There was Crank That Robocop, Lion King, like Homeless Man, you name it. There was a Crank That for that. And we're going to dive into those today, and we're going to discuss our favorites, ones that we think are actually good, and ones that just did not stand the test of time. I'm super pumped about this.
I mean, the thing is YouTube at the time was just one of these, throw it against the wall. If it sticks, it sticks. But, the real talented, people weren't all there right now, so this is just amateur hour at its finest.
Oh, it was totally amateur hour, and it was just the complete wild, wild west. Anybody that had any type of, home recording, good or bad, and we'll get into more of the bad, released their own Crank That version.
Can you explain what the Soulja Boy craze was all about?
It took off like wildfire, man. I remember when I was introduced to the song, my buddy Martise and Jeffro were out in the middle of the street in Westbrook, Maine doing the dance. And I was like, what is this? And back then, it was when Soulja Boy had released and recorded the song himself. So it was pretty rough sounding sonically. Like you wouldn't want to listen to it regularly or it would make your ears hurt.
Which is kind of what happened with most of these recordings that we also hear that are in that Crank That influences. They are so painful to listen to. Poor recording. What's the name of the software that this beat was made on?
Acoustica. Probably. So what happened with this song? It's a crazy story. Is he had written and recorded the song himself, uploaded it just dozens and dozens of times to LimeWire and BearShare and FrostWire and all those kind of Kazaa, all those peer-to-peer services that would screw up your computer, but he would label them as all of the top songs that were on the Billboard chart at that specific time. So you would go to download the new Mariah Carey or the new Jay-Z, and guess what? It was Crank That Soulja Boy, and it took off so big that I believe he ended up signing a deal, recut the song, and that's the version that we all know today. And from that storm, a bunch of different dances and versions and spin-offs took place. And you're going to hear some of those right now.
You know how people get when they download the wrong thing. They're not going to like the thing that they just got tricked into downloading.
Right.
How did people just not immediately turn against Soulja Boy when they're like, yo, I wanted the new Jadakiss song. Why am I listening to this guy on his poor mic with a bad beat telling me to crank that? It's Roosevelt in the original version, right?
It's RoboCop.
It's RoboCop.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, when did you notice that suddenly it just took off? Like radio started playing it, clubs started playing it.
Well, you see, I never was one of the folks that went to download a different record and got Crank That. Like I said, I heard about it just through my buddies doing the dance out in the street, and that's the part that kind of brought me to it, because I was like, I love to dance. Me and my friends, we go out to the clubs, to the beach, we do our thing, and it seems pretty easy to learn. It was mostly the dance that got me into the song, and it had already hit the streets in a big way. And like I said, I just saw my buddies doing it out on the road. So from there, it was in every club. Everybody was doing the dance, and then radio followed suit. And it seemed like every station in our hometown of Portland was spinning it just every hour on the hour, and it was legitimately a craze. It was nuts.
On that note, then, you've always been the guy who defends Soulja Boy, where I think everybody looking at this would probably say, Soulja Boy, he's not a good rapper. The song sucks, and it should be left in the dustbin of history. Why do we care about Soulja Boy, and why do you think he was underrated?
I think he was underrated not from a music standpoint. I think it was more underrated from online marketing and from a social media standpoint. Because remember, in 2007, YouTube was still kind of its like infancy. Like it was still like relatively new. It was only a couple of years old at that point. So for somebody to have the strategy to say, I'm going to specifically do this, I'm gonna prepare and upload my song under all these different titles and artists, and people have to hear my stuff even if they don't want to. They're gonna get familiar with it even if they don't want to, and chances are a lot of those people liked it. So to me, to be able to use YouTube and create a dance, because immediately after you heard the song, what did you want to go do? You wanted to go to YouTube, you wanted to watch the video and watch the tutorial on how to do the dance, and you wanted to film yourself doing the dance and then upload it onto YouTube. So it was this perfect 360 just kind of approach that was really, if you really think about it and you're honest with yourself, Joe, it's kind of the blueprint of everything that's used in music today. And I can say that with full confidence working in radio now.
Yeah, because you kind of hear it like, I mean, that Silento, the Dougie.
Yep.
And as it's gone on and on, these TikTok guys have to be good for 10 to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And Soulja Boy at least carried it through a song. So it's like, I've almost come to the appreciation of what Soulja Boy was able to do. And even going into some of these bad Crank That's, you start realizing he wasn't as lazy as a rapper as you were led to believe. And like, maybe at the level of competition he was at, he wasn't the good lyricist. But if you were comparing him to the single A, double A rappers and just the hometown guys, this guy has the charisma to pull it off.
Right.
And the flow to actually work with the beat, which many of these other guys do not.
No, they don't. And mentally and physically prepare yourself for that, because we're about to indulge in what is the Crank That phenomenon. And I believe you and I we're going to rank our top 5 or so. And there's going to be a ton that we're going to crap on. So let's dive into this.
I didn't pull every Crank That because, like you said,
you can't.
You know, these are about 13 years old now. So some, now that we don't have P2P services as active as they used to be, they've faded off into history. So these are the ones that are from YouTube at that time period. So we're going to get to our very first Crank That. Do you remember a Crank That Forrest Gump?
You know, I don't, but I got a feeling once I hear it, it might hit me.
All right. This is what we're working with here, people. This is 2007 in a nutshell. Run, Forrest, run.
For a long time.
That sample's working for me.
No, it's not bad so far. But I got a feeling when the kick comes in.
Whenever we see that money, we gon' know about that paper, so we some fly money makers, and we so we and we.
All right.
Whenever we see that money, we gon'.
So we got some good vocal manipulation there, and like you said, the sample is working. Like, I kind of dig that. It's just when that kick drum comes in, when that bass comes in, it's unbearable. It just sounds so bad.
That is 128 at its finest right there.
If that.
You think that's 64?
It might be. It's pretty rough. The sample works good. The lyrics are whack, but you got to look at this in context, okay? I want to put a quick context over this on their MySpace or their YouTube, whatever it might be, but then continually go down the playlist to hear their other songs. So this was more of the hook. I gotcha. Now check out what I really have to offer. So that's like the immediate vibe that I get from this.
Now, I want to point out one of these whack lyrics that you just happen to bring up. He says, when he sees the money, he's going to run, Forrest, run. Does that mean when there's an opportunity to get rich, he leaves?
Is he going to run away from the money or is he going to run to the money?
Good point.
I guess we're going to have to get in touch with, he didn't put his name on this. So.
The Crank That Squad.
Yeah, Crank That Squad.
Money makers and we so we and we your boy is tears on the track now. So much ice around my neck that you don't need a smoke fly. What's the deal? I'ma tell you how it is. We don't Superman no more. We just Spider-Man.
Whoa. We don't Superman no more. We just Spider-Man that. We're going to get to it, but
go?
Yeah, there's no reference of Forrest Gump. There's no references of Dan, of Bubba Shrimp. There's like none of that, or even Jenny. It's just he immediately
don't really want to mention Jenny though.
No, he just immediately rips off a line from the Crank That Spider-Man, which we're gonna hear here in a minute. And
that's not the first time, actually. Honestly, when I say that rappers are lazier than Soulja Boy, this is a prime example of it.
Oh yeah,
like they just steal his stuff.
No, they didn't just borrow the idea.
They looted it.
No, absolutely.
And Forrest ran.
Yeah, they. All right, pause that real quick. I didn't catch any lyrics there because they're so muddy. It's so tough to even hear them. It's almost as if this was recorded on. If you remember back in the day, Joe, my family had that Hewlett Packard computer that had the microphone built into the monitor. Now you couldn't wear headphones with it. You would just have to play it out loud and get the bleed from the speakers into the mic and your voice into the mic. And there's no EQ, there's no anything. Like this was just bare bones at the minimum that I can't even understand what they're saying.
No, but I did pick up on this though, and I don't even have it in my notes the first time. I'm pretty sure I heard the da-da-da-da-da. I'm loving it.
Yeah,
listen,
okay.
Listen to the background.
And I got some things that make it blank like Bernie Mac. Nah, watch me get big like a Mac.
Yeah, yep, it's in there. It definitely is.
I'm loving it. Your words don't harm me, son, 'cause I run with it cheap like my name is Larry Johnson.
There we go. There is your dated reference. 2007 running backs.
Your standard 2007 running back, Larry Johnson punchline. I'm probably guilty of using one of those back in my day, too.
That's the Joe Budden influence that we were writing with, of reference.
Yeah.
And they aren't meant to stick around forever.
I get a feeling the more and more we preview these tracks, the more I'm going to grow to appreciate when we did Crank That Cowboys. Reason being is we kept the theme the entire time. It was about one team. This, I haven't heard one Forrest Gump reference. I've heard him talk about Larry Johnson more than I have Forrest Gump in the verses anyhow.
Yeah, she's a very freaky girl, loving my style and rocking my world. Whenever we see that money, we gon', you know we about that paper, so we supply money.
Is this gonna be the dance? Is that like...
So we, and we, whenever we see that money, we gon'. You know we about that paper, so we. And we some fly money makers, and we. So we. And we. Running for the cheese, the cheddar jack and the Kobe. And get my wrist frozen, I'm ballin' like Kobe.
All right, there we go, ballin' like Kobe. Again, that's another sports reference. Two more sports references than there are about Forrest Gump.
The laziest sports reference.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as lazy as you can say. 8 in your back like Kobe Bryant, or 24 in your back, or 24 shots, like it could be anything like that.
It's not clever like you won't make it to 19 like the Patriots.
Dude, I think I've had all I could handle of Crank That Forrest Gump.
All right, I'm gonna go a little longer on this one. He's switching the beat.
Dude, he is.
It's our time, like we own the clock. And it's our time, like we own the watch. And whatever we got, we pay the drop. And you ain't gotta ask, homie, this is why we hot. Like
if you pause that real quick, I think I just heard them use the Mims synth from This Is Why I'm Hot. I think did I hear that?
That was the Mims synth.
2007. That was a dope track.
This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot.
Coming out the backpack. My rhymes right, so you copy like as y'all better copyright, man.
Yeah, speaking of copyright.
He keeps switching the beat. This would be terrible to play in a club. Everybody be like, I'm doing the what huh? What?
Yeah.
Like that is the worst sin you could do, is to trick people in the club when you're trying to get them to dance.
No, and the subs would just be so distorted. But I'm telling you, man, if they cleaned that up, I would totally use that as a hook, because it doesn't say anything about Crank That. It's not Crank That Forrest Gump. It's almost like they had made this song and then they were like, let's jump on the Crank That phase, that craze rather, and let's just label our song as that title. Not once did it ever say Crank That Forrest Gump. It was just, when it comes to the money, we're gonna run Forrest Run. And the sample worked well. It wasn't entirely terrible, but I'd give it maybe like a 2 out of 5. I mean, 2 out of 10, excuse me.
2 out of 10?
Yeah, 2 out of 10.
All right, so we're gonna go on the 1 out of 5 scale.
Okay. So we'll give it a 1 then.
You're gonna give it a 1? I'm actually gonna give it a 2. Has the bones, the sampling works. There were a few parts in there where I felt like, it's on to something.
Right.
You could steal this idea and make it better.
Yeah, you gotta kind of also put yourself in that 2007 mind frame. I mean, to kind of rate it for its time period, right?
Number 2, are you ready to get a little religious on us?
What?
You go to the club to get religious, right?
Sure.
Crank that Jesus boy?
Oh my goodness.
What up, gangster? Here we go. It's about to go down. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah, man, remix,
Could have done without that.
now.
You didn't want him to lick the camera?
You!
Hey, I got some new dance for y'all called the Jesus Boy.
Yep. Jesus, boy.
You gotta start in the Old Testament, then be left to right.
Left to right.
Getting pretty lit in the Mormon church here.
Jesus Boy up in this church. Watch me worship, watch me pray, watch me pray that Jesus Boy, then evangelize that. Why me you?
My bad.
He died for you.
He died for you.
Crank that Jesus Boy. Jesus Boy up in this.
What does this make you think of?
This makes me think of Nick. Just by the way this guy's dressed. But at least he's staying on theme. You got to give him that, right?
Yeah, this feels like they went to their church and the church is like, Crank, that's really cool, and you guys are our church's rappers. Can you do something with like $100? And the congregation will love it.
And then 10 years later, this guy became NF. Christian rapper.
Also, I gotta say,
humble beginnings.
baptize that hoe.
I like that he died for you. It's messed up.
Jesus hung with the sinners and he baptized them hoes.
Jeez, man.
Remember these hats?
Jesus Christ.
I do.
He came down to make you
I had a Boston one.
Cross, he paid the total so to heaven you can go. Now watch me, you. He died for you. He died for you.
Golly.
He died for you. Jesus Christ up in this church. Watch me pray and watch him work.
What was this
Watch
filmed
me
on,
praise
you
the
say?
Lord and watch me read his holy word. And he died for you.
That was super VHS camera, huh?
He died for you.
Ryan?
Yeah.
We cranking up this Jesus boy all the way around the world, spreading the truth.
Winner, I knew it.
We know it should be heard. Jesus wanna be
Day.
Jesus Christ, he's the man.
'Cause-
They be looking in my heart, saying he
What?
got Jesus, man.
In your soul.
Watch me pray.
The guy on the left is way too into this.
Oh, dude, you know this is his like. He's like, guys, seriously, this is my
You
moment.
can have Jesus like me.
All right, that looks like the guy from Jersey Shore, right?
Absolutely, that's Pauly.
Pauly coming from humble Christian beginnings.
He died for you. He died for you.
Have you noticed that nobody can commit to the dance?
No, there isn't one. They're just they're on a cross.
Watch me crank that Jesus boy everywhere I go. He died for you. He died for you. Where was it? He died for you. He died for you. He's too perfect for this world. Watch me crank and watch it roll. Jesus Christ.
No joke?
There's a camera.
Soup soak that devil. Soup soak that devil. Soup soak that devil. Soup soak that devil. I'm too clean.
Just driving around, showing the Bible to nobody.
Watch me create that Jesus Christ and share his holy word. Share his holy word. Share his
Dude, he
holy
is
word.
committed.
Share his holy word.
You can hear the cars in the background just driving by. They didn't bother to edit it out.
They're like, oh, those kids are doing the Crank That Soulja Boy. No, we're doing the Jesus Boy, ma'am. Kids dig that Jesus guy.
They do. Dude, I gotta say, we're halfway through this one, and just for them committing to the theme and doing a terrible visual to go with it, which kind of adds to the charm.
It's so 07 YouTube.
Yeah, I gotta say 2 out of 5 for Crank That Jesus Boy. I'm not angry at it. I'm really not.
2 out of 5. I think you're right. Oh,
Just come to church with me.
Like, he had this face too, like, yeah, I said that. Come to church. Oh, no, they're shooting at the office.
Where do they work at? PMG? Here they are on the cross. Ready?
See, that's where the church connection comes in handy. You get to have the rec center.
And we'll say it's definitely dragging on.
Yes.
I would have loved to hear a reference about holy water, unless I missed it.
You know, Super Soak That Devil might be the reference right there, but that'd been so much better if, like, they took the gun into the holy water and then, like, filled it up and then started spraying. Get a devil costume. And I'm gonna go with you. That's a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm not completely mad at it.
No, and if you want to see more Crank That Jesus Boy,
you know where to look. Yeah.
You don't need 15 verses to Soulja Boy.
No, you don't.
That's gonna dock it down at least half a point.
It was almost like, look, guys, I'm gonna get 3 verses, and then you can have whatever's left over. Here they go. But, Joe, nobody dressed up as Jesus or the devil. I would have loved to see some more theatrics.
Yeah. Oh, we got outtakes.
Nice.
I know, I didn't mean to, like...
Even film the carpet.
I was offending the people. Oh, shit, I was still recorded.
And there we go.
So our next example is Crank That Lion King.
I love Lion King.
Will you love it after this is played?
I got a feeling I won't, but let's hit it.
Wheels on the beat. I like that.
So far, I'm liking the sample being used.
I'm in.
Crank it, Lion King. Crank it, Lion King. Crank it, Lion King. Crank it, Lion King. Do your thing with it. Do your thing with it. Do your thing with it. Do your thing with it.
What's my thing?
Crank it, Lion King. Crank Crank it, Lion King. Crank it, Lion King. Crank it, Lion King.
I wish there would have been a visual to be able to see what the dance was.
Could you just picture a man dressed up like Pumbaa
No.
shaking it to this?
Do it like me with my baggy new shorts and my fresh white tee. You don't know
Baggy new shorts and your fresh white tee. What does that have to do with Simba?
That Lion King, 2D, ENT. We off up in the party doing our dance like everywhere we go, you know we ripping for the K.
What's the K?
I have no idea. Is it their town, their school, their local? Is the K the Kroger? Are they repping their grocery store? I don't know, man. I don't know what the Lion King dance looks like. If I did, I'd probably try it. But yeah, this one is not off. Not a good start with having the sample in there, but it's just been all downhill from there.
Right? Like, do you see Timon in like his baggy shorts and his white tee?
Oh yeah, of course.
We the best. Nah, I mean, we used to lean and pose, now we crank that Lion King. Let them know where
You used to what?
He used to,
We ain't in a party throwing them fists. We on the dance floor doing that thing like this. Yeah.
We used to lean in fours, now we crank that Lion King. Is like on all fours like them?
I have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
King. Crank it, Lion King. Crank it, Lion King. Crank it, Lion King. Do your thing with it. 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 And crank it, Lion King.
Okay, so at least he's not in the club fighting people.
No.
Rafiki would not approve.
No.
I'd love to do the Lion King, but how?
What is it? I love in the background, you have that one dude yelling, "Snap! Snap!" And it seemed like these tracks were always multiple people. Like, bro, you're gonna get 16 bars too.
They probably all went in on like buying even the cheapest equipment, so everybody wanted their little bit of fame.
Right.
And they all saw like, yo, we got 10 downloads today. Everybody in the hood knows our name.
Oh. But wait, who is it by?
Nobody. So, you know, they're lucky.
They should have called their group the Circle of Life.
Circle of Life, Circle of Death. I'm giving that a 1.5.
That's definitely the lowest we're gonna go is a 1, right? So I'm gonna give it a 1.
You can give it a 0 or a 0.5.
Man, I'm just gonna stick with the 1 because there was a good bar, believe it or not. I can't remember it, but it was the way he tied in the last bar before the hook, and then plus that with the sample, I'm gonna give it 1 out of 5.
Well, this could be better because it's musically influenced by one of the most talented artists of all time, Michael Jackson.
By the king of pop himself.
We're gonna crank that Michael Jackson.
Yes. I'm really nervous about this one.
I want to thank everybody for coming to Never Neverland.
Oh my God, is that a Michael Myers mask? What is this? Is that you? A 2007 Christmas?
So is this what Chris Tucker was doing on his spare time?
I think you're onto something.
This is why we don't have a Rush Hour 4.
No.
So this definitely can't be the guy who made the song.
No, I think it is.
It's young Seth that Neverland while I'm smoking on some Thriller. See, I put my glitter glove on before I start to drill.
Smoking on some Thriller. That was tight.
Yeah, but he says it twice.
Booty, no bitch, not bubbles. Booty, that's a big up monkey. Would you come correctly? Band-aids on my fingers like a Michael Jackson.
Not Bubbles Booty!
Come on.
Grab my cross.
Bring that hook back.
See, that's what Michael Jackson songs are always missing. Talks about tits and ass.
Yeah.
The way you make me feel. About tits and ass. Did Hacksaw Jim Duggan show up?
I was just gonna make that same joke. I swear to God.
2.75.
2.7. I'm gonna give it 3 stars out of 5. I thought it was super clever. I thought it sounded the best out of the 3 or 4 that we've listened to so far. I really like the punchline about bubbles. I love the visual, even though it was super low res, of course. But just for him to have just one shot, dancing the whole time, and then using all the effects and like
bedazzle
or whatever iMovie. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid. I'm coming out on a limb. 3 stars, bro, for Crank That Michael Jackson Neverland.
Okay, now you did say that it looked like a Michael Myers mask, and I did find old
No,
Michael.
you didn't. You did not. Crank That Michael Myers.
There is no Crank That Michael Myers. This is Michael Jackson's song, but Myers felt the need to join in.
But Michael Myers was already dancing to the song, and they were using that mask as Michael Jackson in the. This guy's just he's a big fan of the song. He wanted to add his 2 cents.
This is what happens November 2nd. He needed a day to decompress, and then the next day he's like, you know what, we're getting back to what I do normally.
He needed to kill time somehow. Is that Jeffro?
Let's just make sure to get our stuffed animal dog in the shots.
Yeah.
And this guy never got a job again.
Oh, no.
Oh,
come on. All right, now that's just disrespectful. Joe, you know what we were both big fans of growing up, aside from wrestling and the Dallas Cowboys?
I'm going to say we really enjoyed Cranking That Power Ranger.
Yup.
That was terrible sampling.
Yeah, what was that?
It's called the Power Ranger.
It's called a Power Ranger, man. Oh.
Somebody found the instrumental.
Move left, move right, back and forth on that hoe. We don't do the Spider-Man, we just Power Ranger that hoe. Now watch me, you crank that Power Ranger. You crank that Power Ranger. You crank that Power Ranger. You crank that Power Ranger.
You know when Rita Repulsa gets headaches on the show?
Yeah.
She probably was hearing the Power Rangers getting cranked. Oh.
Jeez, dude, this is as Bruce Pritchard was saying, this is the drizzle and ish right here.
Oh, yeah. All right, so this is probably a prime example of what got lost to history.
Right.
And anything Power Ranger?
If it's beef, then I'm popping that show. When I'm in the hood, you know that money bought is quick cash. Yes, I do this every day. Say yes, I do this every day. From Soulja Boy to Spider-Man, but right now we just power
range. All right.
Now it makes you wonder, what is Power Ranging that hoe?
I would have tried to work in some sort of when you're doing your dance, if it's like left, right, arm, back, morph, like I would have done something kind of like that, but
wow, yeah, and you could get green like Tommy Oliver.
Yep.
And Oliver is an easy thing to rhyme.
All these haters red with MB like Jason. Is this them?
Hold on.
Look at this picture from 2004. This was New Year's Day, 2004. MySpace.com/mymoney4. Thank you for the WW part, because if you hadn't put that in there, I wouldn't have known where to go, bro. Thank you. I don't dig. All right, this is gonna be my first 0 out of 5, because Power Rangers was super promising. We're both big fans from back in the day. I'm gonna give that a big fat 0. I'm sorry, but it's a 4.
You know, I give it a 1 out of 5. It was just drizzling snakes right there.
There was no
Nothing
way
redeemable.
I just want to know who of their friends were like, nah, dog, trust me, this right here, this is fire, bro.
Whoever that is probably.
I blame them.
No longer. This is the dead friendship to let this song get out there.
I absolutely blame them.
We talked about Looney Tunes shirts.
Yep.
What about Cranking That Roadrunner?
Oh gosh.
Official.
All right.
I don't want you to think this isn't the real.
Which way did he go? Was that a super popular thing to say? 200 on the dash?
It might have been.
Grind that roll, Rana.
I gotta be honest, I like this.
Meep, meep. Meep, meep.
Meep, meep.
Meep, meep.
Meep, meep.
Yeah, roll, Rana.
Meep, meep.
It's LB center stage. Roll runner, why me crank it in your face. But wait, I think the dude wanna hate, so I slowed it up and took up like a ballerhead late night. On a wild coyote, doing one.
A reference?
Let's go, let's go.
Two references.
Let's go. Right that roll runner real fast. I love the crank that roll runner real fast. Crank that roll runner. Let me crank that roll runner real fast.
All right,
yo,
so far,
this one right here, bro. Let's go.
This is a winner. I'm like
into it.
The guy has poise.
Yep.
The quality of my recording isn't great, but I'm gonna say that was because this is a rip of an old upload as opposed to just poorly recorded.
Right.
How do I do the dance though? Is it the
I don't
Running
know.
Man?
That's the thing. Whatever it is, it's a quick move. But I definitely would have, like you said, I would have loved to see some sort of how to do the dance. But then again, we didn't actually have a dance for the Crank That Cowboys. It wasn't a dance as
Tony
much
Romo's
was
throwing motion.
As much as it was Tony Romo in this hoe, right? But dog, this one right here, this is the one so far. No.
Can he keep the momentum up? Meep, meep. Meep, meep.
Now go on, crank it fast. Now watch me do it.
Let me crank that roll runner real fast.
This is club worthy, right?
Roll, oh dude, it is. It's recorded a lot better than some of the ones we've listened to so far.
Now that meep meep is a winner.
Oh, it's so infectious.
Oh, so it's not the Running Man.
No.
This is a winner. This is the winner right here. Wait a minute.
Boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, boom, boom.
Is that Elmer Fudd?
That's Daffy.
What? How do I do it? Do it.
Ooh, on beat too.
Yes, brought the hook back one more time for us. Real fast. Meep, meep. Meep, meep.
Meep, meep. Meep, meep. So we are gonna go and give that one a winning ranking. I'm putting that at 3.75 out of 5.
Whew. Man, I know there's not a lot of room to go up from a 4, but I'm leaning 4 stars right now.
Ooh.
I just thought, I mean, just think, if you were able to take these guys and actually record this song legit, dude, in that time frame, that would have been banging in the clubs. I think the only thing holding it back was the quality of the vocals. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's definitely listenable.
It's probably right on par with the original Soulja Boy.
Exactly. It's homemade.
Can we go 2 for 2?
I doubt it.
Because it's 2007, the time the Simpsons movie came out. So
oh
we got
no.
Spider Pig,
Spider Pig.
Spider Pig.
Whatever a Spider Pig does. Can he swing from a web? He can. He's a pig. Look out.
Where's this going, Joe?
Do the Spider Pig. Do the Spider Pig. Do the Spider Pig. Do the Spider Pig. Do the Spider Pig.
And I'm immediately let down. Immediately.
Do the Spider Pig.
But
Spider Pig. Spider Pig. Spider Pig. Spider Pig.
At least I got Homer on beat.
it's like if Homer was in the same room as like an alien. It's very like weird distortion effect.
Yeah, the crank that's that are coming in so heavy from the left and the right, they're just distorted. They're just so loud.
But here's the good thing about a Simpson rap is there's a lot to work with. A lot of references.
There better be something about Ralph Wiggum.
I got an old school and I call it Grandpa Simpson. And she 21 like Deion Sanders. And if on the lookout, you can call me Ned Flanders. Hoes, I get 'em. Clothes, I get 'em. Snitching ass chickens, yeah, we call them Chief Wiggum. Chevy two-tone sit high like March here. Bottom yellow, top blue, making any bra.
I'm convinced this was recorded in Jeffro's bedroom the same day he recorded Come On Girl.
That she is. Do the dance man, woman, child, or some kids.
Oh no!
No!
He's got like the samples, but they're so roughly worked in.
Yeah.
It's like the audio file just cuts off.
Oh yeah.
See, you put the pig up on the ceiling, then you gotta walk it out.
Oh?
Yeah, that's what we yelling at. When you do it, look up in the air. I'm drunk off Duff Beer, now that we got it clear. Yeah, ho, I'm the man. I crank that, I lean back with mean stacks. I sip yak, I whip lax your girl chat. I chat back, what's happening? Both tats, I'm fitted cat, her cat wet. She give me that, she ain't young and A1 since day one. We dance.
Nice.
Start this pig off right. Yeah, we got P.I.G. in the house tonight. So do the spider, do the spider, do the spider, do the spider, do the spider.
All right, how do we do the spider peg? Do somebody like lift you up and you walk on the ceiling and they help you?
I was gonna say, tell me what this is.
See, this is what we go down with these crank dances.
Yeah.
With crank dance, you seem to like you get the name, but then you just sort of run out of the concept.
Oh, you do, yeah. Yeah, this one was off the rails from the beginning. I understand trying to capitalize on Crank That Soulja Boy, and then the craze that was the Spider Pig scene in the Simpsons movie. Yeah, man, that one I'm gonna give it a 1 star, honestly, a 1 out of 5.
1? I'm gonna give it a 2. I thought there were points where the rap was on point, and he was trying some stuff, and the samples they could have worked, they didn't. On to our next one, and this starts with the ones that you actually did remember getting played in the club. This is Crank That Spider-Man.
Now, the funny thing about this one is not only would I get it played in the club, but I would try to make it into a whole scene. I would sneak a Spider-Man mask in my back pocket, secretly have the DJ play this, and I would come out of nowhere.
And it was the black and white Spider-Man 3 mask, right?
No, it was the red mask, but I had the black shirt. It was literally a mask out of like a cereal box from when the film came out.
We don't Superman no more. We just Spider-Man at home. Now watch me. Bring that Spider-Man. Bring that Spider-Man. Bring that Spider-Man. Bring that Spider-Man. Move right. Move right.
Now, does this sound like Unsolved Mysteries if it was Crank That?
It kind of does. It's all hitting me back. I totally remember the dance now.
I ain't trying to save a hoe. The only thing I save is yo. I don't Superman a bitch. I just Spider-Man a hoe. Got a caught up in my web. Climbing up.
Dang.
Whoa.
Whoa, okay. Hold on, buddy.
Blow me like a Mary Jane. Let me swing all in your jaw. Then I get like Doctor Strange. Now you see me, now I'm gone. Looking for a Wonder Woman. Put her on my
Okay, so now he's just picking any old superhero.
Yeah, he's not sticking to Spider-Man.
Like, somebody should just said, hey, here's Spider-Man 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Go in there, there's like 5 villains.
Wolverine. Yeah, see, when I'm dancing to this in the club, I don't remember any of the verses. Just this. Dance on that hoe. We don't Superman no more. And I learned the dance right from watching this. Again, this is... A lot of these haven't had an actual visual that taught us the dance, but this one does.
So to me, this looks just like Cranking That, isn't?
Yeah.
Is there any difference?
Yeah, well, you're doing the web shooters with your hands.
I'm the X-Man. Oh, the Hydra man, I run on smoke for oxygen. I got them green goblins on the block to get 100 grand. And my money stretched long like the elastic man. Yeah, and I'm hitting licks and all
Right.
like
Be Mr. Fantastic. Okay. No, you're not.
See, when I'm thinking of like, I'm not thinking of the Fantastic Four, because then you think of the Thing, and then who played the Thing?
You think of Vic Mackey.
And who wants to think of Vic Mackey during all that?
Move right, do your dance on that flow.
Yeah, see, this is giving me a headache.
Yeah, it's recorded really poorly. I can't believe I convinced the DJ to spin this for me so many times because it's just so distorted. But let me say this. It's you even have the, you know, Superman part of the Soulja Boy dance in it. And when you come out, you do the cross on your neck. And then you go into the Spider-Man web blaster. So for some reason, that was one that always stood out to me. Just because I learned the dance and it was one that I could do. And I could turn it into a whole theatric, I guess.
2.75.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go 2 on it. It's one that I always remembered.
You ready to crank that, Mario?
Big Mario fan.
Laughing at your mama.
What?
Just in case you
My mama? What? What is that?
I thought we were doing the Mario.
Changed his mind. It's this right here.
No, apparently you have to have gas if the video's to be.
Yikes, dude.
Bitch. Oh.
What? It's almost like a rock and roll version or something. Oh, come on. There's kids watching this. He does not carry pistols.
All right, so we've been told to hit like 3 different things.
And if anybody acts up, hit the Donkey Kong.
All right, took him a minute to reference a different system.
Yikes.
They mentioned Sega before they mentioned Nintendo. This may be the worst mixed one of the bunch.
Toss up your thumbs down, and this was our thumbnail right here. This guy didn't do Mario justice, and I'm gonna hold a grudge.
Yeah, I actually wrote down 2.5 out of 5. What the hell was I smoking on this?
You must have been listening to this at like 3 in the morning. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 1 on this. Again, you get your whole crew on the track. You want everybody to shine, but if you can't make it past the first verse, you're not gonna get heard. Yikes, dude. I don't know about this.
Nope. End of that one. Crank that Urkel.
Okay. 50 Cent. This is by 50, right?
Yeah, you remember when 50 Cent recorded the Urkel dance?
I love the dun dun.
The Jeopardy reworking?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes! This is already awesome.
Already way better. Good palate cleanser right here.
You gotta have suspenders. in the club.
Oh, you need them. Absolutely need them.
And like, match the picture. This needs a video.
Yeah. You know what somebody should have done? They should have took that scene when Steve actually does the Urkel dance and mashed it up with this song. No? When he's up on the rooftop and he's doing the dance, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, no.
Why does
you're not,
Urkel have a machete?
not, or a Glock.
I used to post up on the wall. At the club, that's how I felt. But now I crank it with them boys who made you do the Roosevelt. You can't crank it like me, boy. You should go and
I feel like I should I'm waiting to answer a question.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
Why is there no mention about Carl? Why is there no mention about Laura, Stefan?
There was a Laura.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Pulling hose like Eddie. Did Eddie pull hose? I seen he did okay, but he wasn't like a pimp.
That Urkel dance. Why didn't they use Urkel saying when it brings back right here? Did I do that?
I guess they didn't have the Family Matters DVD then.
No.
Either that or they didn't want to hang around watching ABC Family and get a clip.
You see, with this one, I don't so much mind the hook because I have the "Did I do that?" and that part's catchy, and then the Jeopardy sample, but the rest of it's pretty awful. 3, 2, 1, Urkel.
That's not bad.
Okay. They probably copping like I'm Carl. They probably should have put this guy first. Okay. They should have put this guy first.
He probably didn't own the equipment.
No.
You know what I noticed about some of these crank dats is
they're just vulgar as all get out.
Yeah, and it's like they wanted to record a regular rap song, but then they're like, well, Urkel? Yeah, okay, Urkel. It's kind of like who's the guy who does Hannah Montana? Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I think that's Migos. Yeah, I'm gonna go 1.5 on this one just because that third verse I thought was the best out of the bunch. And the other
3.
reasons that I said a minute ago, yeah.
All right, now we got a sorry-ass receiver like Crabtree.
Oh, gosh.
This is our competition. This is our sports competition.
So this is when Crabtree was coming into the NFL, right? This was his draft year, 2007?
Yes.
You kidding me?
No. I think he's 08, 09.
Okay, yeah.
You kidding me?
All right, is it?
This is his college recruitment video. It's not bad recording, though.
No, it's not.
This has to be affiliated with Crabtree.
Right. I think this guy probably should have put more highlight videos of Crabtree in there and less him recording it. But out of all of them so far, he's probably recorded the best, honestly.
Well, yeah, if Crabtree's paying for it.
When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're gonna get.
And if you want 35 to 40 catches a season,
yep.
Crabtree, don't you open your mouth about the best, or I'm gonna shut it for you real quick.
Oh, that was tight. Call him Mr. Saturday. Watch him take another bowl. That's dope.
I think we got the idea of that.
Yeah, I want to know who his hype men are in the background. Are they also rappers, or are they just his hype team?
That's Brian Crabtree, Steve Crabtree.
Yeah, it's just this guy and his friends dancing, backing him up.
It's Doug Crabtree.
Yeah.
They all get paid once Crabtree signed that deal.
So I'm gonna say again, this one's definitely recorded the best so far. It has some pretty decent wordplay, honestly, but I don't know. It doesn't necessarily make me really care about Michael Crabtree.
Sorry ass receiver. 2.5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2 on this one. I'm gonna keep it a solid 2.
Now, earlier you did mention RoboCop. Let's take a listen to RoboCop.
Crank that RoboCop. Let's do it.
Now, is this actually Soulja Boy?
I think that's a picture of Soulja Boy, yeah.
Yeah, but is this him recording this?
No.
So somebody used the Soulja Boy tactic to get their Soulja Boy played.
The more you know.
Beat's not too bad.
No. The beat's not terrible, but off the bat, I kind of hate it. Well, let's give it a minute to breathe here.
Oh, they got fans off a MySpace video. They've got everything going for them, don't they?
Yeah, they got something going for them, all right. Cop.
See, another example of just, there's so much to work with in the RoboCop genre, but nothing.
Yeah, it's like, let's just crank that, insert the blank, but then we're gonna just do our best braggadocious raps, right?
Right. Kind of makes me want to do it. Crank that time cop.
You should.
But the dance is like going that way, this way.
He has a gun in the van.
And then he's going back to the club. Which is completely against like the point of RoboCop. Because RoboCop was made to stop this type of senseless violence.
Yeah.
Not go to the club, shoot somebody, and then, I'll go back.
Yeah, and then just go back to dancing like nothing happened.
1 out of 5.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna give it a 1 as well.
All right, Roy's here.
Who is Roy? Am I gonna find out?
In a city near you, a new dance has caught national attention. It is reported a small town named Orangeburg is responsible for this new phenomenon.
Wow, there's a lot of build-up for this song.
Who's Roy?
Someone went to the Yin Yang school to crank that.
They did.
All hail Roy.
Yeah, they don't dance, they just Roy. They could have at least made this about Roy Williams. But no, it's their friend Roy from school.
Roy, I got something for you. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. You know that weird thing you always do at the school dances where you're not really dancing? Yeah, we're gonna call it the Roy, and we're gonna crank that. They don't Superman either. A lot of people don't. He doesn't Superman, nor Spider-Man, nor Batman. He just does the Roy.
I wish I knew who this song was about.
Yeah. I like to think that this is a track that Roy's friends made about him, but the truth is, it's probably a track Roy made about Roy. So I'm gonna give it 1 star.
Really? Because I gave this to our glorious leader 3.5. Roy.
Wow, 3.5. You must be into it.
It's a Roy out of 5.
Oh, okay. This makes me wanna tie a rope around my neck and crank it up.
Roy.
No offense, Roy.
Why'd you kill yourself? Roy.
All hail Roy. This ain't Soulja Boy. This is Soulja Roy.
What if Soulja Boy's real name was Roy?
Now you're talking.
This is how you find somebody you'll find State House like 13 years later, just being like,
oh yeah. What is he doing?
He hasn't said anything for 13 years. We haven't been able to reach him.
It's like he's playing hopscotch or something.
He doesn't eat. He doesn't drink. He doesn't talk. He doesn't watch TV.
He certainly doesn't dance.
It's Roy.
He Roy's.
Our last competitor.
Oh,
Can
gosh.
he beat the reigning champ? Who at this point I don't even remember it. This is.
I think the reigning champ is the Roadrunner, right? For
Roadrunner.
me, anyway.
Yes,
Yeah.
Roadrunners are. And then I think I have Roadrunner, then Urkel.
Yeah. And then Batman for me.
And then Roy.
No, not Roy at all.
This is Crank That, Homeless Man.
All right. All right, this is by Will Hatcher, so this guy actually put his name in the title, so that's good.
The early days of YouTube comedy.
Yeah.
Looks like a Kells Mitchell live video.
Let me sing you this little song real quick. If you like it, give me some change, alright?
Yeah.
Got this little dance, right? All you gotta do is hold your arms out and proceed to bed. Get your cup ready, okay? Change is coming.
Gosh. Audio's so loud compared to the beat.
Yeah. Homeless man ain't got no rent. Asking you for 30 cents. If you gotta be a gent and drop it here, my friend, now watch me. You crank that homeless man. You give me 50 cents. You crank that homeless man. You give me 30 cents.
And that may be the worst of the bunch.
Smell like Clorox bleach. Shower 0 times a week. Look at my feet. Now watch me. You crank that homeless man. You crank
Look
that
at
homeless
my
man.
feet.
You crank that homeless man. You got some crack? Homeless man up in
No.
your yard. Watch me sleep and watch me shit. I'm starving, ho.
I would tip him to, I would not tip him, but I would give him money to stop right now.
You know this guy like watched Chappelle's show and he goes, Dave's gotta hire me, man. I'm good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is
part of his,
sketch
like,
comedy.
Yes, this is his demo reel right here.
Yeah.
Catch me at your local bus stop. Yes, I sleep there every day. People hold their nose cause I don't bathe frequently.
I don't know, dude. It was.
And once you do that dance,
0 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a big goose egg as well. At least he went as far as to try to have some skits in the beginning and an end and try to tie it together, but gosh. It's just bad. This looks like that one dude on YouTube that was like unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
This video, unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
Yeah.
That unemployment. Watch me do.
Oh my. Let me do it. It's by Illy Dynamite Comedy. MySpace.com/Kim.
Need to crank that road spray with his punk ass.
I will ingest roast spray to stop listening to that. Gosh. What? Tell me, Joe, in your opinion, what was that recorded on? Please tell me.
A DivX camera.
Yeah.
It had the best rendering for its time period. You could upload in 480.
Woo.
He was gonna crush MySpace.
Yeah.
So those were Crank That's. We owe Soulja Boy a huge apology, and then we also need to run him out of town again just for allowing that to happen.
You know, it's so crazy where, look, I don't even know how many, 10, 15 that we just went over here real quick today. Doesn't even scratch the iceberg of how many there actually are. These are ones that we could locate still to this day. I don't even know how many years later. Jeez, But yeah, it makes you realize, okay, Crank That Soulja Boy is kind of dope. I always thought it was, but it makes you, even as a person that doesn't like that kind of music or think, oh no, that's corny. That was just lame stuff back in the day. listen to that now after hearing some of the BS that you just listened to now. It is leaps and bounds ahead. Even when I crank that at proms and stuff when I DJ, they still lose their friggin' minds. Lose their minds. It's going to be one of those timeless tracks. You know what I mean?
And you're telling me that if you were to play Crank That Homeless Man at one of these proms, they wouldn't go nuts?
No, I would never get booked again. Straight up.
And that has been Pop Culture Paradise. As always, I'm Joe. If you like this video, subscribe, follow, and comment below. If you find it Crank That, let Jeff know. He wants to hear more.
Don't. Please do not.